I don't have a choice, do I? Right, Scott? Okay. Hello, everybody. This is Lost Silver Productions. That's me, Brian Spitsky, as you know me, along with the man who gives bad jokes and can't take them, who sits too close to the camera, Scott Goldiner, and and one of our regular friends of the group down in Texas, Charles Berman. Good to see you again, Charles.
How you doing, brother?
Sort of in there. Seriously, you got to work on your camera, man. You keep coming in at just like at a rate of like 1 frame a second. We got to work on you.
Yeah, wish I had a good computer, honestly.
I thought you said your phone worked better than your phone worked
My
better.
phone's charging, by the way. My phone's charging, by the way.
Okay, all right. If you get a chance to switch along the way, let us know. This way we can actually see you in real motion. Anyway, all right.
Buddy.
This, folks, is for Friday night, April 7th, 2017. Game Show Talking Fun. This is episode number 10. And this is going to be a tribute episode tonight because in the passing between our last Game Show Talking Fun and this one, of course, we lost one of the legendary producers of the game show world, probably the most controversial one that ever existed or probably will ever exist again, that is Chuck Barris, and we're going to be discussing his life, his legacy, and the memories that he left us in the game show world. We'll be doing that a little bit later tonight. Of course, though, we're going to start this one as we do every episode of Game Show Talking Fun. We're going to begin with our usual Smash or Trash segment, and we got a couple of different things to discuss tonight. Things that have been sitting on the wayside in the can for for last week or so now, including a couple of things that have gone down this week. The first item, guys, we're going to get into the blocks for our Smash or Trash segment, and I know Matthew Wojcik isn't here to give us the bells, dings, and whistles or whatever.
I got a bell. I got the bell.
Okay.
I got my sound machine on me too.
All right. I trust you. Just don't get overly crazy with it. Okay.
I won't.
Our first item, and Scott, see if you could pull the appropriate picture up. One of the biggest piece of news that's come over the last couple of weeks is that Discovery Channel has decided they are going to revive something that a lot of us loved within the past 7 or 8 years, and I'm looking forward to as well. I'd probably almost venture it will be in my current list of top 50 ever. I'd have to double check. But who here is excited about the potential return later this year of Cash Cab? I was gonna say, don't answer all.
No, they're gonna get the.
What happened?
I agree with you on that. That was me. I agree. Cash Cab is coming back. Awesome show. Smash it, baby. Smash it.
Yeah. Well, I'll say this. It's actually been pulling the reruns, which started about 3 or 4 weeks ago on GSN. They gave it a nice prime access slot. They've penciled it at 6 o'clock Eastern, and it's been doing by GSN standards, those reruns have been doing extremely well for them. So much so that they now get the 11 o'clock nighttime slot as well, 4 nights a week. And coming up within the next week or so, they're going to get a bunch of weekend runs too. So so GSN is now just not only Steve Harvey's network in a sense, but now it's Ben Bailey's too. First of all, what do you guys think of that? Yes, hi, Brianna.
Hi.
Good to see you.
Hey, Brielle, what's going on?
Okay.
My name's. We have a co-host.
Yeah, Brianna, didn't you like Cash Cab when it was originally on? Do you used to enjoy it?
I still do.
That's right.
It's interesting.
Yeah. Are you happy that it's coming back?
Yes.
Yeah. Discovery Channel announced that they're going to be bringing it back this fall.
Woo.
Yep, they're in the planning stages of it right now. We should expect it back by the end of the year.
I think
I have one question.
Now, is that going to be?
Are they in a real?
Now, is that going to be?
Yeah, that's always been a real cab.
Ew.
Yeah.
Now, is that going to be taping up here in New York again?
Hold that thought. We're
How
getting
do
to
they get that much technology in one tiny cab?
that. Earpieces.
That's my only question.
Earpieces. Easy with the sound effects. Kill that. Earpieces and the production truck that's driving right behind the cab. That's how it works. So.
Okay.
And he's got like a mini thing right on the steering wheel, from what I heard.
Oh.
That has the questions that he asks.
That's pretty cool there. Wish me and my wife could go in cash cab.
Well, wait, Brian, is that being taped up here in New York again or no?
That I'm aware of. It's gonna be back here in New York again and stuff. So it's gonna be really good on that. But let me ask you this, just in general, do you guys think that it's do you consider it a fluke that the cash cab reruns have been doing so good on GSN or not? Or
no, it's a fun show.
Yeah, me and my wife watched it on the original run.
I liked the opening that he did. There's about what he said, like there's 14 million cabs in New York City, and that there's only one.
Wait, dude.
13,000.
I know I'm inflating the number. It was like
exponentially multiply the number of cabs that are in New York City. I know we're famous. I know New York is famous for having taxi cabs, but they don't have that many, dude.
None of them want to pick up on at rush hour.
That's true. Yeah.
Well, have you ever
a single one wants?
Hey, have you ever done a text version?
To quote from the movie 21, you can't catch a cab out there without getting a dragnet.
I wouldn't know that one.
When's the last time you watched the movie Quiz Show?
It's been a while. So yeah.
Documentary 21 that
yeah. Well, let me ask you this, Chuck. What do you think? What do you think it is that made Cash Cab such a nice game?
Of course, the lights and music, but in the interactivity with Ben Bailey, the host, and the customers.
Contestants.
I get you. But let me ask you. But let me ask you this though.
Yeah, and I got a question.
One thing that's been particularly and Scott, check the chat window on the side there. Yeah,
I saw the chat.
All right.
I'm looking it up now.
Queued up on a screen share so we can get that up so everybody can see it, because in light of Cash Cab coming back, there's a little bit of a interesting, well, I don't want to necessarily call it a controversy, but some people have taken issue with it, especially the big fans of the show. And that is that in this potential revival for Cash Cab, there is a strong possibility that original hosts and licensed cab driver Ben Bailey is not going to be part of the proceedings this time. They're going to get a new host. It hasn't been decided. But that in addition to having this new host, there are occasionally also going to be special segments of the show run where there are going to be celebrities driving the cab as well, according to the reports I've read in Variety magazine and other places. So they're going to be doing that sort of thing. And there'll be, of course, occasional celebrity contestants as well and things like that. So some new twists to the old formula, but the big matter is that Ben is apparently not going to be a part of it. And if Scott can get the picture queued up here.
Not happening.
Because I know it's around and stuff like that.
I know, but my computer doesn't want to do screen share.
Is it giving you the option? Because I want to make sure.
No.
Here, I'll try to find it. But here, I
think he won 2 Emmys for the show too.
Actually, I think he won 3. I'll have to double check specifically, but here in general though,
Hey guys, my phone's ready.
Okay, well, all right. Handle it as you need to. But here, in general, let me while I'm queuing up the appropriate photo, you give me your guys' thoughts. What chances do you give of the show having any kind of success without Ben Bailey as the host in any way, shape, or form?
50-50.
Why do you figure?
Because he was basically he made the it was the surprise when they got into the cab that made it like they didn't know that they were going to be, that was the one cab, So it was the reveal that he did.
To a certain extent, where they didn't know it was the one cab, because
well, I actually knew somebody that was on the show and everything, and they basically told them, act surprised when it's revealed. Somebody that was on the show.
Gotcha. Okay. Here, just double check me, Scott. Picture show.
But it was the reveal.
Scott.
Yeah, but it was.
Scott, hello.
I'm trying.
Check.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay. Can you please check on the YouTube if it's showing? I want to make sure that they can see it. Matter of fact, I think yes, they can. Okay, good.
Yeah.
So the picture is present there. You can see Ben Bailey himself on his Facebook and Twitter. He's wondering the same thing, asking people, if he should be the host. Believe me when I tell you, there is a resounding opinion saying that he absolutely should. So
I didn't even know he was a licensed cab driver here in New York.
In all seriousness, he is. Well, we got to figure. There's you have to make sure under all perspectives that you're allowed to do so, because that there are legitimate licensing and tests that you have to pass in order to be able to do that. So
right.
Yeah. So Chuck, overall, what do you think of this? Do you think that what chances do you give the new cash cab working without Ben Bailey?
I am out of 10. I said a 4.5.
Okay, so all right, so you guys are staying in the middle, kind of almost even on the low side there. So yeah, that's gonna hurt. Yeah, it will definitely. I mean, yeah, I admit that I'm skeptical too, because you guys also remember that there was also a they tried to do a spin-off in the Chicago area. They did that only lasted one season. I can only assume that part of the reason that people thought that didn't work is because it wasn't Ben driving the cab over there either. But I mean,
have they ever done a Texas cash cab? Ever done a Texas one?
Well, if you guys ever did one, it was definitely a local production, because nothing like that ever aired nationally.
I was just asking that if they ever did one.
No, not as far as I know. They just did New York and Chicago, and the New York one did a brief group of shows in Vegas for just a brief special series, but that was pretty much it. So be that as it may, but hey, if it shows up, guys, do whatever you can to give it all the love that you possibly can, and just let's see what we can do to make it stick around, and maybe get Ben back in the process, folks. If you guys agree, we're keeping an eye on the live chat on the side. Please, by all means, hit us up and let us know what you think, or leave a comment if you're watching this after the show. All right, let's our second item here. Also, something that started last week, and I'm going to admit this was kind of fun. I've been removed from this show for a few years, but I started watching when it premiered last week. Either of you guys big fans of The Amazing Race? Chuck, what about you?
Nah, never got into it.
God, you guys are going to leave me hanging here, aren't you?
You need words for this one.
If my former friends was in on this conversation, no, we could probably talk about the race all night. But let me ask you this: you guys are both generally familiar with the concept of how the Amazing Race is supposed to work, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Idea that it's teams of two, they have a pre-existing relationship, and they're racing to different checkpoints around the world. Whoever can survive to the end and reach the finish line first gets the $1 million. Well, this season, they decided to do something a little bit different. Rather than having people audition for this race as teams, they asked for people as individuals to sign up. They got 22 individuals to compete in this race, and they paired them up right there on the starting line. They had them complete a task to get their first piece of luggage with the flag of the first country they were going to be going to, bring it back to the starting line, and the order that they came there was the order that they picked their partners. So it's total strangers competing together this time and trying to learn how to cope with each other and things like that. And so far it's been pretty interesting and stuff. Let me just ask. I'll just get a rather than I'll switch the smash or trash question up. Scott, if you were competing on the show in a race around the world, things like that, would you prefer being teamed up with somebody that you know real well or a total stranger?
I'd rather be teamed up with someone I know.
Why you figure?
Because they know how the other person thinks and everything.
Well, believe me, we know how each other thinks, and believe me, anybody that knows us know that we're always we're like at each other's throats all the time. It feels like I'd be scared of how we would do on the race together. That's for sure.
But then again, the way that they're doing it this season sounds like the plot to The Odd Couple.
Well, some of the teams feel like an odd couple, but so far most of them have been getting along, pretty well to this point. Chuck, what about you? Do you feel the same, that you'd rather be with somebody that you knew?
I would team up with my wife on The Amazing Race. I'd rather be team with somebody I know.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, well let me switch the question then. Let's say you were on this current version of the race, okay, and you had somebody and you had to have a stranger partner up with you. Now, let's say that you were one of the people that got back to the starting line with your luggage quicker, and thus you had the ability to choose your teammate. What kind of person, Chuck, would you look for in a potential partner if you had to choose a total stranger? Wait, I think we lost Chuck there for a second here. Wait, while we're trying to get him back. Wait, you back, Chuck? Okay, so like I was saying, if you had to pick a total stranger as your partner for like everybody else that was at the starting line, what qualities or characteristics would you look for in your teammate?
I'm still going to be extremely helpful.
So helpful in what regard?
So I'd be very extremely helpful, very, very helping, kind of like my wife almost.
You keep coming back to your wife there. So good. Scott, what about you? What would you look for in your potential partner?
There's a couple different foreign languages and everything.
Okay.
I like that.
Here's the thing. I mean, that much is true, but you also have to consider this: the people that were there that are competing in this, they weren't really allowed to talk to each other before the race began, and even there at the starting line, they didn't get a chance to talk to each other. There's no communication at all. So the only chance they really get to really introduce each other and say hi and things like that is once they've all been given the official go to go on their way as teams and stuff like that. So the only impression that they have of each other was their ability in getting the luggage back to the starting line for that in that very first task. So they're going. So
I'm not sure
now based on physical ability and speed alone. So I mean,
like I said, I'm not a big fan of these reality shows. They've overstayed their welcome.
Well, hey, I don't think The Amazing Race has overstayed. Believe me, I want it to keep sticking around personally. So, and I feel bad that I haven't been able to watch the last few years. So I'm hoping that this season is not the last because they moved it to Thursdays at 10. And I've heard from some people that that's a death knell slot for CBS primetime. So I'm hoping that that's not the case. I'm gonna have to get some ratings checks on that. So
well, wait a minute. NBC had must-see TV Thursday.
That's been long gone, man. They've been at it. That's been gone since Friends ended its run.
No, since Seinfeld.
No.
No Seinfeld for you. You want Seinfeld? Seinfeld $3.
But I'm just saying, Seinfeld ended, and it ended badly, and stuff like that. And believe me, nobody missed it when it was gone because of how poor that finale was. But Friends and Frasier and stuff like that, they carried on, and Must See TV kept going on for a whole long time and stuff like that. It didn't end with Seinfeld. Friends was the one really responsible for keeping it going. Believe me on that. I've seen the numbers. Seinfeld could have only wished to have pulled what they did.
I would agree with you on that one, man.
So that
I don't know. Towards the end, I got into Seinfeld.
But either way, bottom line, I'm personally crossing fingers. And hey, if you guys are fans of the race out there, keep watching. Find ways to keep watching. Keep the ratings up so we can keep it around for another season or two. So anyway, okay, now. The other news then from this week. Oh shoot. Oh, okay. All right. Here's an interesting one. Here's another one for another new show. A new game show of sorts debuted this week, and it was a blink and you miss it premiere in a sense or whatever. Let me see. Either of you guys ever catch the show on Comedy Central at midnight? Either of you
Once.
No.
Man, you guys are just really just like leaving me in the lurch here and stuff like that. But well,
all I can say if the time slot, if it's really the 10 o'clock or the death slot, I say dummy, yeah.
Wait, hold on. We're done talking about The Amazing Race now. I'm talking about at midnight now.
I'm talking about at midnight. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay, all right. What I'm saying, have you ever seen At Midnight before?
No, but I've seen promos for it.
Okay, all right. Well, at least in seeing the promos, Chuck, you know that it's a game show that's not really a game show. It's just basically a half-hour comedy routine is what it is. Make sense?
A comedy routine disguised as a game show.
Yes, exactly. Right, Scott. Well, another show of that kind just premiered this past Wednesday night on True TV. True TV, those are the ones that do Carbonaro Effect, Adam Ruins Everything, and Impractical Jokers. They debuted a new show this past Wednesday called Talk Show the Game Show.
Lord, help me, help us all.
Okay, all right. Let me just explain the premise here, and then you guys give me your fast opinions. Like I said, yeah, this is another one of those it's a comedy show disguised as a game show. Basically, what it is that you have three celebrities taking part. Each is given their chance to act as a guest on a talk show and stuff like that. They're given 3 minutes to just have their dialogue with the host as you would normally see them do on a real talk show like Fallon or Letterman or something like that. And the idea is they have judges who are giving them points based on doing the things in that 3 minutes that they're supposed to do when they're on a talk show. So be able to crack a joke, drop famous names, mention kids, mention hometowns, do something that gets a pop from the audience for saying something, mention charity things. So they get different points for doing all those things. But if they do it too much, if they do one,
phone died out on me again.
they drop too many names or stuff like that, they might actually get penalized and lose part of their time. They have to spend it in the penalty box, and then one of the other celebrities can pick up the slack and earn extra points for themselves. So they do that.
I might have to give you the other
So they
card for talking too much.
Well, no, they do give yellow. No, that's me. The one person giving the points for no, he does hold up yellow and red cards for it. So he does. So
I'm hearing background noise in the back.
not me.
That's my wife watching Simpsons.
Okay. So here's what happens. They each do that for 3 minutes. And then after each person's 3 minute segment is done, they do the points that they scored for the talking bits they had. But turn the Simpsons down.
Sorry, I got to take the computer to the bedroom.
They get extra points from the strategy judge for how well they dropped their names and did other things, and then also extra points for the judges, the way that they carried themselves within the bit. They'll also then get one additional chance to earn up to 10 extra points in a little 30-second stunt kind of thing, where they have to answer questions in order to be able to perform the stunt, and the combination of how well they do, they could get up to 10 extra points through that. After each of the 3 people are done, the 2 with the best scores then go into the final lightning rounds, where they answer questions comedically for 2 minutes, where if the host likes their comedic answer, they get 10 points for it. And at the end, whoever's got the most total points for the day is deemed the winner and gets just some goofy nondescript prize, which means absolutely nothing.
They get the walking papers.
Well, like the winner this week got a bike. Just a plain old bike.
What?
Yeah. No, again.
I want to ride my bicycle.
In the name of the talk show and just being what a good talk show guest is supposed to do. It's not supposed to serve any other purpose than the comedy. So that's what it is. Okay. So that's Talk Show, the Game Show. It's Wednesday nights, 10 o'clock on True TV. Those of you out there that have it. If any of you watch the premiere and have an opinion, please let us know. But in general, Scott, what do you think of the general idea for Talk Show, the Game Show? Do you put a smash or trash on it from hearing that description?
We'll have to wait and see. I abstain for right now.
Well,
Here's
do
my.
you think it's something that you might enjoy? Let's put it that way.
Oh, no.
It's like at midnight, so I'll give it that.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So it borrows a little bit from Double Dare.
Here's my take on it.
Right now, I'm still going to abstain because it's still new. So I'm not. I'll have an answer later on, not at this point in time.
Oh, okay, but I'm just saying, do you have a guess?
I'm abstaining.
It's going to end as to where your prediction's going to end. Let's see.
Nope.
Let's put it this way: are you setting the bar? Are you saying your expectations low or high for this?
In the middle.
Okay. All right. That's fair enough. Then. That's all I needed to know. Okay. I just wanted to make sure. Go ahead, Chuck. I'm sorry.
My take on it. All honestly,
Stop with the sounds. I can barely hear that in the first place.
Oh.
It's the horn from The Price is Right.
What little I could hear of it. Matt,
Okay.
we missed you, guy. Get back here and give us a proper sound set. These guys cannot hold a candle to you. Anyway, all right.
Okay. All honestly.
Close to taxi.
Don't try to save it. Now you're just sinking yourself lower, man.
Don't.
Good enough. Fine. Save us from this madness, folks. All right. So anyway, that's our smash or trash bit for tonight, and there is going to be
Bash.
Okay. All right. What I tell you? All right.
Sorry.
All right. I will mention this. There is going to be one other smash or trash item that we're going to discuss tonight, but it's going to be in the context of our conversation, our main topic tonight, as we get things rolling here or whatever. And let's actually get into our topic. Actually, no, well, yeah.
In 2 and 10.
Well, we don't really have to take a break here because remember we got to get back to a point where YouTube will let us post ads again. So we'll figure that out. When we do, I'll put something right. I'll stick a tab right here. So, but either way, let's just move into the main topic tonight, and that is the memory of and the legacy of the great Chuck Barris. He passed away a couple of weeks ago. And was a bit of a surprise. I didn't even know he had actually moved back to the States because I knew he had been in Paris forever and ever after he left his game show Empire in the early '80s. But yeah, no, he was back in the States at the time of his death. But in any case, the first thing we should probably say about Chuck Barris. Well, let me ask you this, Scott. All right, if you had to pick one word in general first, just literally give me one word that would describe Chuck Barris in a nutshell. What would you say is the best word to do it?
Genius.
Interesting. I'll get your logic. Chuck,
Can I say my opinion?
And Chuck, what about wait? You don't. I don't know if you know Chuck Barris's stuff well enough. You don't know
Well,
what of opinion.
He will be missed.
Okay, but for you, Chuck, again, one word to describe Chuck Barris and his legacy of work.
Visionary.
That seems definitely appropriate or whatever. But let me ask you this, Scott. Okay, for what reason do you peg him as a genius? Why do you choose that word?
Because sometimes you have to be a little bit kooky to be a genius.
That's true. Takes a lot of smarts if you want to become a genius. Takes a lot of smarts if you want to come up with something really cool.
And he definitely pushed the boundaries of and everything.
Not to mention taste in general, because we know full well that right from the beginning when he created the dating game in the '60s, that was in the early '60s, that he definitely had to push a lot of boundaries and buttons of a lot of people who thought that what he was doing was extremely over the top and tacky for what TV used to look like back then, because everybody was always so clean cut, prim and proper, and all that type of thing, and all the type of shows that you watched. Didn't matter if it was sitcoms or game shows or anything like that. Everything was always played clean and close to the belt. Not with him. He played by a different set of rules. That was for sure. And it all started with the dating game back in the '60s. And let me see. I know that
some notable guests on the dating game were definitely
get into. But
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
All right, let's play talk show, the game show. Name drop a few of the big celebrities that made appearances on the dating game over the years. Go.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Schwarzenegger.
The guy that played Locke from Taxi.
And you're right, Andy Kaufman, exactly.
Michael Caine was on it.
Who's that?
Michael Caine.
Don't know about him. I never heard about him being on the show. I can't
I'll look it
recall
up.
personally.
Starring that show too.
I mean, let me see.
Jim Lang.
Well, Jim Lang was the host. He didn't compete on the show. Let me see. I'm trying to see if I could queue up one in particular because yeah, a lot of comedians got their big starts being exposed on the dating game. You're talking about people like Steve Martin, Bob Saget, Rip Taylor was on the show. Tom Selleck was on a couple of times, lost each time. Strangely, Pee Wee Herman was even on the show. Well, Paul Rubens did it. Pee Wee Herman got before anybody knew who the Pee Wee character was, and he won. But and try to think of some others.
Kidding me?
Yeah. Oh no, I'm not kidding you. Matter of fact, if I could even find it's gonna take me too long to find the example. But let me see if I could at least queue up. I want to see if I could at least get one of them. Yeah, let's see. Yes, Sally Field was on the show even and stuff like that.
Jackson was on that show.
Let me see here. Let me see if I can. Here, I'm gonna see if I can get another screen share going, just so we could, just so you could see. Give an example. We mentioned Arnold Schwarzenegger being on. This is back in the 70s before he was a mega actor, and he was still all Mr. Universe and things like that. So, just see if I can get this queued up for you. I'm still trying here, folks. I'm doing the best I can here. I'm at the limits of my computer trying to get this to show there. All right, let's see if I can present everyone. Okay, let me know if it's popping up there. No. Okay, is it? It's not showing. It's not showing. Is it?
Nope.
Hold on.
Nope.
Well, anything?
Dun, 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 dun.
All right. Forget it. They say, see, like I said, if Paul were here, he'd have this up in no time in a heartbeat here. But I hate to do bad impressions, but I'll give you the perspective. Matter of fact, here along the way, I'll see if I can at least do a screenshot so you can at least get proof that that it was actually him on the show and things like that. But in any event, yeah, probably the question that people remember the most and things like that from when he was on. He's asking the one girl. It's like, girl number 2. Now these are my measurements. Now don't freak out. Biceps 22 inches, chest 57, waist 33. Size 29. What do we have in common? She's like,
was that Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yeah, that was Arnold asking the girl the question. The girl's reply to all that: you get smaller as you go down, and Arnold's reply to that: by the way, this is not true. So, but here, all right, okay, I took a still picture of it just so people believe me that the once governor of California was a contestant. I'm trying to get the screen share to go again just to show you the proof. I took a screenshot. I put it in Paint here so you can see it if it'll let me. Oh, this thing's going so slow. Because this should probably work. with any luck or whatever. There it is. Okay, now you can see it.
Then it just went blank.
But you can't see it
Yeah.
now?
I can see
Oh
it
no,
now.
I see it. Now.
Okay, good. Yeah. So there's the proof. There he is on a dating game set. This was like the early 70s and things like that. So I mean, actually, oh yeah, okay, there it is. Yeah, it's in there. Yeah, I just want to make sure it can be seen in the.
Then it just went blank again.
It's up. It was in there somewhere. Okay, well, I promise you, folks, that it does exist. I don't know what it is that I don't know what it is that it's not responding for me. I hate the fact
It's
that I'm
just
trying
Google.
to
It's just Google play being dummies. Yeah.
who knows? We got to figure out a better way to do this. But
One try on Skype.
you can put back my face. Okay, here. While I do that, you here. But yeah, okay, good. Thank you. I swear, Paul, we need you back to put up. The wrong show. We're not talking about Power Rangers tonight. But
No, you were doing like ay. I was doing that.
all right. So in a event, but yeah, there's definitely a lot of folks out there. Yeah, there's a lot of pictures that you could find with regards to the celebrities who appeared on the dating game over the course of the histories and stuff like that. So definitely try to take a look out there for them stuff. There's a lot of game show compilations where you can find those things too. GSN even did a retrospective a bunch of years ago. So but
YouTube as well.
well yeah, of course. No, that's what I mean. Yeah, find them on YouTube and stuff.
And then there's also the movie Confessions of a Dangerous Mind.
In a sense,
Oh,
yeah. Although that doesn't give Confessions doesn't give you, Scott, a real complete representation of the game shows because they try to focus on a different thing with regards to Chuck. We'll get to that. We'll talk about that little piece of his life and stuff like that, or that he claims and took to the grave, and whatever the case is. But anyway. So off the success of the dating game, after about a year on the air and stuff like that, then we got to the show that probably will stand as Chuck Barris, the greatest piece of Chuck Barris's legacy, and that was after the date.
From Hollywood.
As the old saying goes, first comes love, then comes marriage. Yes, we're talking about the Newlywed Game, and that's the show that I think probably gave us Chuck Barris in our lives pretty much for life. And also we got to also recognize it launched the career of the great Bob Eubanks or whatever. And here, Scott, overall, just give me your general impressions on while I go and fetch something in the other room. Give me your overall impressions of what you felt about the Newlywed Game.
It was, I think it's a great show. Concept-wise, two people newly married, see how much they know about the spouse and everything.
It's classic.
So yeah,
I get you. Well, let me ask you this. The idea that a lot of these couples, the way that they sounded, they sound like they either really didn't know each other very well, or that they didn't know exactly how to filter themselves, I think would be the best description. Does that seem fair?
Yeah. But also the comedy-wise, when they missed the answer too. Urban or rural question.
Well, I mean, like, that's part of the hook of it. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing that needs to be kept in mind in that sort of thing. Chuck, you got anything to add to that? And don't be afraid to be a little long with it, because I'm trying to find something in the other room while we're doing this. I need it for right now. So just ramble on your Newlywed Game thoughts.
Okay.
Well, how about Charles? What about the the infamous rural or urban question?
Oh God. Oh Lord, help me.
You got to admit that one was funny.
Yeah.
Okay, then then there was the one clip that Bob Eubanks denied ever happened on the show.
Oh crap! What about the infamous making whoopee questions?
Well, that was the show that gave us the phrase "making whoopee."
Well,
Oh Lord!
well, yeah, they had to because you got to remember it's back. You're talking about back in the '60s when it was taboo to say have sex on TV and things like that. So that was the term that they had to conjure up and things like that in order to do that. I don't know exactly where it is that they got it from, but just
Hell, name pull it.
Yeah, I think it was Bob's idea for that.
But I thought there was a musical inspiration for it along the way too, because I know there's an old song.
Yeah, there was. Yeah. That's fine.
Whoopee.
Yeah,
I know
that's what you're talking about.
I just
You know what? Maybe we can ask our silent producer about it.
Yeah, well, we'll definitely look into that. We'll see about that. But there's definitely a couple of clips in here. I'm gonna try to.
All right, what do you think that
This a little bit, because if this won't let me do the clips, I'm gonna try to cheat and work my way around the problem here. I'm gonna see if I can pick up from one of my other computers here. I'm gonna see if I can try to get some clips uploaded here to give you guys some, those of you out there, some newlywed game.
we'll put the links in the description.
Oh yeah, any
That's a better idea, Brett. It's a better idea.
folks. Yeah, we'll definitely put them down there and watch them after we put them up and we're done with the show here, or whatever. And trust me, you're gonna definitely see some of these things that you're gonna be laughing your butts off about. We promise you that completely.
Laughing.
Okay. All right. Here, because there's definitely a couple of the clips here that it goes without saying that these people definitely did not know what they were talking about, or realizing that they were saying and stuff like that. One of the funniest ones, early in the show's run, they had a young lady on who, now it needs to be said, sometimes the questions that they asked had nothing to do with what they knew about each other as a couple, or like their habits or different things like that. Sometimes they occasionally just asked like completely just like odd and ridiculous questions or whatever that had no real meaning and stuff. And it was just classic to just see the answers that they would come up with and stuff like that were just like so off the wall, like completely dumb, ridiculous stuff. Like for instance, they ask the wives, what would your husband say is his favorite condiment? Now, when you hear the word condiment, what do you think of?
Ketchup, mustard, mayo.
Right, exactly.
Relish.
Right, exactly. That's what condiments are. Stuff you put on food. Here are the answers that a couple of them actually got. The one woman, having no idea what a condiment was, I would say his pool table downstairs. Don't worry.
Oh Lord.
Don't worry.
God.
Wait, it gets better. They went to the next wife. She's like, I ain't never heard that word neither, so I'll say his karate school.
Hi-oh!
And please, folks, if you've never seen Newlywed Game, I kid you not, those are actual legit answers that the contestants gave to that one. All right. And
How about the infamous question that they've asked?
I'm getting there. I'm building up to it. Scott, there's a natural build to these things. Relax. Don't get to the punch. Don't get to the biggest part of the bit before it's time. Okay. So.
Falcon punch.
Okay. All right. Here's another example. Okay. they asked the guys. Gentlemen, what is your favorite part of our Newlywed Game set?
Couple number 3.
Goes. It's like probably wife number 2.
No!
So,
Oh God.
oh yes, yeah, oh yeah. They had a bunch of good ones here. Okay, I'm gonna see, and I hope this plays. If it doesn't, I'll try to echo what Bob and the woman are saying and stuff like that. Okay, here's a girl that was on in the early run of the show. The question that Bob is asking, okay, is they're asking the wives to predict what the husbands are going to say. The question: would your husband basically say he is more urban or rural? I'm going to see. Hopefully, you can hear this.
Husband say he is basically more urban or rural, Kathy.
Can you hear it okay?
You're fine, man.
I don't know what they mean. All right, you married him. What do you think?
Heck, he's urban.
He's urban. Okay. How long has he been this way? 2 months, huh? And Bob's just nodding along, like you're having yourself.
Do you think there's anything he can do about it?
He went to a doctor.
Oh, he did.
Did the doctor give him anything for his urban? He gave me something.
What was the other clip that Bob said never?
How do you react to something like that? Because no, you look at that, and again, I hope you guys heard it out there. I tried to follow up with it as best I could, but again, these people, like I said, there was no prompting in this. These are people that just like, I don't know if they're frozen under the lights or whatever the case is. It's like. It's as Bob Eubanks himself has described it for years. People who would sell their souls for a toaster is what it was. I mean, like, how do you respond to something like that, Scott? How do you react to that kind of honest, even if it's not necessarily intelligent?
The way Bob did.
You can say it's
up.
Yeah, no. It's because it's like anybody could like try to correct the person or just explain, no, you don't know what we're talking about and stuff like that. But no, he said nothing. He just let it go. He just played along with it, strung along, let them hang themselves, because you realize, hey, we got something here. We didn't mean to, but we got something,
And everyone had a good laugh at it.
Yeah, and believe me, there were plenty of moments in the show's history where that kind of thing.
Right. Now, what was now here's my question about the Newlywed Game. What was that one clip that Bob said never really existed on the show?
I'm saving that one for last, because I got a couple others here that I want to make sure we get a couple of other infamous ones. All right.
Now correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't I thought I saw Jim Lang host the Newlywed Game for a little bit.
All right. Well, actually, no. What he did was when they went to bring Newlywed Game back in the 80s, okay, as the new Newlywed Game, he did like a week-long special series of it to bring the concept back in. And when it was decided to be picked up for a full syndicated run, then Bob came back and did it as the regular host. But Jim Lang did like a special week first.
And it was still under Chuck Barris?
Yeah, it was still under his banner, right? But what are you
talking about, the new Newlywed Game, the 80s version?
I'm sorry?
We're talking about the new Newlywed Game, the 80s version?
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Now, when GSN brought it back, did they give Chuck Barris credit as creator of the show?
Honestly, not sure, but I can only imagine that I can only imagine in general that shoot, I can't find it here. I was trying to look for infamous clip.
Then, of course,
Okay.
1988
All right,
and
here we go.
89.
Okay, I found the next one here. Okay, so here's the basics of this one. All right, they had a couple on that. All in the Family was big in the 70s, during the Newlywed Games heyday. So they had a couple on that the producers were telling Bob, hey, we got a guy here that he looks like Archie Bunker, he talks like Archie Bunker, his wife even looks like Edith and stuff. So they're having fun with that. So the question they asked the wives to predict the husbands, wives, how would you complete the sentence? This is you talking. All right. My husband is a closet what? Okay.
Freak.
Well, yeah, you usually
Closet. I got one. Hang on.
or something like that or whatever. Just basically, yeah, what are you not going to admit to the world? So, but this woman who looks like Edith Bunker, she says something that is just like way out there, and the husband has no idea what to say.
Closet what?
Closet what?
Oh shit!
Closet freak.
He says closet freak. What he said?
But the answer. What's the answer? Oh! Oh Jesus! Take the wheel.
He's like,
Him.
I'm not gonna
Wait,
work. You know?
What about the 96 version of the 96 version?
Here's the crazy thing. That couple missed every question during the show except the last question, the 25-point bonus question. They got that right, went into first place. Everybody else missed it. They won. Honestly, they won.
Yeah. Can I add some to this? Can I add
Go
some to
ahead,
this conversation? Gary Kroger hosted the first season of the revival version of the Newlywed Game in '96.
Yes. Yeah.
I really didn't get the format that one.
Came back, and then GSN had their version with first Carney Wilson and then Sherry Shepherd, and they still occasionally rerun the Sherry episodes. So
Now why didn't they get Bob for the revamp?
oh, what? Wait,
I have no idea.
GSN?
Yeah.
Okay, well, wait. They actually brought back Bob back a couple of times for a couple of special episodes. They actually had one episode they brought him back for where it was him hosting, and it was it was like a whole game show tribute. Carney Wilson passed the baton to Bob for this episode, and it was Wink Martindale, Peter Marshall, and Monty Hall competing with their wives.
Yeah.
So basically, it was a Tattletales version.
With the game show crew. Yeah. Now,
Oh God.
Basically, it was just like playing Tattletales.
yes, sort of in a sense, right? Exactly.
Tattletales I never got into, honestly.
No, I get you. All right, but now here's the big one. Actually, before we get to the most infamous one, because obviously we're going to talk about the most infamous moment ever. A few months ago, Bob Eubanks, who hosted the Newlywed Game and had a great game show career ever since and stuff like that, he currently tours the country now, doing a live game show thing at casinos all around the country called Hollywood's Greatest Game.
Wait,
okay.
are we allowed to talk about that?
Sure. What? It's out there. Why not? No, I don't.
All right. No, I just wasn't sure.
Scott, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking of it from the wrong angle. Okay.
Yeah, copyright reasons.
Acknowledge that it exists. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's always allowed.
I'm talking like copyright.
Okay.
I mean.
But anyway, a few months ago, there were the people who are part of the crew that put Hollywood's Greatest Game Shows together. They put a question on their Facebook page, and go to them, folks, and say hi, find out what they're all about. But here's the thing: they asked the fans out there if there was a question that we wanted to ask Bob Eubanks. I posed a question to them, particularly with regards to the not just the Newlywed Game, but all of Bob's game shows in general. So I asked the question I asked was about, aside from the moment that everybody talks about, which we're going to get to in a second, is I asked what in Bob's memory is like the second craziest moment that he could possibly think of in all of his years of game shows. Coincidentally, the response I got back to that stems also to the Newlywed Game. Get this. He said there was once a moment where Bob initially asked the wives this, so the wives are predicting what the husbands are going to say. All right. What is one secret that the two of you have that you have never told anybody until right now, or something to that effect? The question was in some way about that. You ready for this answer, guys?
Yeah.
Here was what the wife said, and believe it or not, the husbands matched this answer. The wife admitted that the two of them were secretly plotting to kill the husband's dad in order to collect insurance money from the will or something like that. Absolutely dead serious. It was a complete and total, honest and shocking admission. And like I said, the husband matched the answer. Speechless, are you, Scott?
Yeah. I wouldn't expect that from a game. I wouldn't expect from a game show.
Exactly. Like said. Oh, actually, here, wait. I think I'm getting a Facebook chime off of that message. Oh, no, okay. Oh, Matt's apologizing that he couldn't make it tonight. So, trust me, Matt, we miss you, buddy. So,
Yep.
But
I miss you, bro.
Yeah, but like I said, but that was that's the proof of the marriage, stuff like that. As Bob said, sell it. These people would sell their souls for a toaster. So, but as said though, the most infamous moment that ever existed, probably in most people's minds with regards to these game shows, happens on the Newlywed Game. And for many years, I'm trying to see if I can cue it up here. Yeah, Bob said that Bob swore that it never happens and stuff, but it did, because initially I don't think the episode actually made it to air.
No, it did. It did.
Time out.
Well, I mean, in its original run, they may never have actually aired the episode. Well, who knows? Okay.
What episode are you talking about of the Newlywed Game? Because I might look it up on YouTube later.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can find the clip I'm trying to also see if I can find one that's loud enough here, because all the copies of this clip I'm finding very low sound to them and stuff like that. So
I tried to find a high quality sound of it, and it's gone.
Okay.
That's from The Simpsons. That's from South Park.
Folks, once again. But all right, but anyway, the question very simply, you may not want to be in the room for this one, Brianna. Yeah, hide the kids, folks. All right, go in there.
No, hide the kids, hide the children for this one, please.
The F word?
No, but pretty close.
Oh, smeg.
Okay.
We don't want to corrupt you, Brianna. Not yet.
I don't know where it is actually. Okay. The question is asking, where wives specifically is the weirdest place that you personally, girls, have ever gotten the urge to make whoopee? And this lady Olga.
Oh, Smeg!
Oh, good. It's captured right there. Perfect.
Oh, Lord Almighty, help me!
Yeah, that's actually what she said. The weird. Yeah.
In the
Much Bob tried to correct her and be like, no. I'm talking about the weirdest location and stuff. She could not do anything in relation. She could not get. Couldn't get her mind to me. By the way, the answer that the husband gave was in the car on the freeway. That's what that's.
I would have guessed in the closet.
Whoa! Hold on a second. And in searching for that clip, it had to be a low sounder. I found interesting proof of something.
Hold on.
I just found very who's talking? Oh, good Lord! Our silent producer has informed me that the I promised that we'd keep a tab on the chat if anybody had some had some things to comment here. Please, folks, do me a favor. If yes, thank you.
Please.
Come on, we're trying to do a nice friendly show here. Okay, just I understand that yes, Chuck Barris did do a lot of out there things and stuff like that, but please do me a favor, just keep it.
Let's keep it PG, please, for the kids.
Keep it in check, right? But anyway, here's something interesting that in looking for that clip, I just found something very unusual. Look who was on the dating game back in the 60s.
What is that?
You recognize this face? The late great Don Rickles passed away a couple of days.
What are you looking at, your hockey puck?
Today, and
Mr. Warm.
Notice here, he's actually
Fine. What are you looking at, your hockey puck?
right, exactly. But here's the odd thing: he's out here for some reason, and there's 3 guys on the other side of the wall. So now I've not seen this clip until right this very moment. So this is a shock to me. So I don't know what the reason that he's out there for is. So, but I'll definitely, folks, for you out there, look on the look in the links below after we're done with the show. We'll edit and I'll make sure we put this clip in so we can all look at it and find exactly what it's about. I'm only scared to imagine. Oh God, he's sitting in the chair.
Ages 3 and up. It's on my box. Ages 3 and up.
I'm afraid of what he's actually going to ask there, and the fact that I guess he's speaking on behalf of a girl or whatever the case, or God knows. I'll definitely be looking at this later, folks. Please look at it with me. So that's going to be its own thing. All right. So, wow. The things you find while researching for these shows and stuff like that, folks. Who knows? All right. So we've covered the dating game. We've covered the Newlywed Game. And then there's one. Actually, here. Wait. I'm gonna briefly sidestep here because there's one other significant one we want to talk about. But I gotta get a word put in though for treasure hunt.
Can I do it?
Here, Scott. While I try to find a treasure hunt clip or two, explain to the folks exactly what treasure hunt was about.
The opening.
Well, give them the regular explanation, okay? Explain for the uninitiated, please.
It's a talent
For the
show.
uninitiated, treasure hunt was.
Treasure hunt, I want to know.
Oh shoot!
Talk about the new treasure hunt. Well, the all-new treasure hunt premiered.
Hosted by Jeff Edwards. Hosted on Starcade.
Whoa, guys, one at a time.
He asked me.
Oh, sorry.
The premise of the show was that you had prize packages
or however many.
in a 66 surprise packages. Randomly selected was a. I'm trying to. It's hard to do it off the top of my head.
All right.
The premise was you had a chat. You had a chat. Right. So the premise of the show.
Here.
So the premise of the.
Here.
So the premise of the show was you had a check for $25,000 hidden in one of 66 surprise packages. Anything from a brand new Rolls Royce to their version of a zonk known as a clunk and everything. And they only had women participate as contestants on the show. In order for them to find out who would be able to pick one of these packages, they played a little mini game where they had to open up maybe a Jack in the Box, something that was hidden. Pull out one of the boxes, and they would go up to it. They would pick that box, bring it back down, open up the small little cash envelope and give them that money and give them the option to either and leave, go on and take the contents inside the box.
Yeah.
There was a couple times that people won the main cash prize on our show.
Right. Yeah. Just so you guys, people out there, can see what it looks like if you've never seen Treasure Hunt before. Here's an example of the opening from the early history of the show. I'm gonna.
Ladies and gentlemen, security agent has just placed a certified check for $25,000 in one of these 30 surprise packages. Tonight, someone may win a fortune in fabulous prizes, or that grand prize of $25,000. The new Treasure Hunt.
Hello.
New Treasure Hunt.
It's one of the earliest.
Star of the new Treasure Hunt, Jeff Edwards.
The show.
I'll be back. Hang on.
By comedian January back in the 50s, and Chuck Barris revived it in the 70s with a long-standing run. There's the late Jeff Edwards as host and things like that.
Treasure Hunt, the television program that offers more prizes and more cash than any other show in the
And that famous theater suit they would always wear.
awards and prizes is approximately $187,000.
Yeah. So that's what it looked like back then, and everything that Scott said about the premise entirely true. That's exactly the way as it worked and stuff like that. The thing that, as Scott mentioned, is that everybody on the show, all the contestants were female, because the reason why this was Barris's justification is that, with the exception of the box that had the grand prize check, the $25,000 or however much it was worth, because when they brought it back for a second run, they varied the level of the top prize, was that all the boxes had some type of sketch or skit in them and stuff like that, and they were always very misleading as to whether they were going to lead to some big prize or it was going to lead to
a clunk.
Or lead to a clunk. And it was Barris's worry that if they had a guy as a contestant and they went on with this skit and strung the guy along, and then he found out that he lost, Barris was worried that a guy might get so angry and frustrated over the fact that he thought he was going to win big and they lost, that he would clobber Jeff.
I don't think that ever happened on like Starcade, which was Jeff Edwards' other host, other show at the time.
Yeah, but
later on,
losing in a video. But think about this though, Chuck. You consider this. What would you consider to be a more angry or frustrating thing? Okay, not being able to score a high enough score in a video game in 30 seconds, where you had full control over your success or failure, versus versus somebody who is doing an act for you and is leading you into thinking, oh, I'm going to win something big. I'm going to win something big. Oh, no, you lost.
I'd be super pissed off if you actually went on a show if it was still on.
That's his logic. Exactly. So that was the.
But then again, taking this from two of the most famous clips on it was the one where, Edwidge looks in the box, and he's strumming her along, and he says, "For one tire." And he gives him and then the unicycle, and then he builds it up even more in the unicycle for something for two tires. Bicycle.
Ooh.
Yeah,
and then he says,
bicycle,
right?
Or,
and then he builds it up even more. 4 tires, and then the skit continues on, and here is the four treasure hunt tires. And they tire up.
Yeah,
then
4 people. Yeah, 4 people
I'm-
come out and tie the woman up in with giant ribbons and stuff like that. Yeah, you won 4 tires, and 4 tires is.
But the reason you're tied up is because you won a brand new Rolls Royce.
And that was legitimately true. And the woman was shocked by winning the Rolls Royce that she briefly fainted on the set.
Woo!
Again, totally true. We'll put the link in the clip after the show. So
In other words, woo!
we promise you we're.
But then again,
We promise you we're being totally legit, folks. So there it is there. Okay. So now, all right.
Oh, Brian, to interject on that. To syndication for the I think it was for the primetime show. They actually had the jackpot start off at 25,000, and then
we got that piece of it. I'm familiar with how it works.
Right. Let's talk about him. What's the next one I want?
It increased by
Scott, here, listen. I don't mean to cut you off, but we're running short on time. We got to make sure we get to the biggest thing. So let's not get too much into the rules and technicalities and things like that. So,
well, all I was going to say is that it increased it up to.
I know. We don't, again.
Well, maybe they don't.
Scott, we have no time. We're never going to get to the.
We'll talk about after the podcast.
We're never going to get to the Gong Show. Okay.
Oh God, the Gong Show. Gene, the dancing machine.
Okay. You're beating me to it, Chuck. All right. Yes, the Gong Show. All right. I know there's millions of people out there. You enjoy America. Enjoy America's Got Talent. All those kind of shows and things like that. I bet you anything, none of them would probably exist if not for the absolute craziness that exists of the Gong Show.
Wait. There's another skit on that show that was like the masked comedian with the bag over his head. He was gonged right away.
The unknown comedian.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, okay. For those people that don't know what we're talking about, yeah, they had a couple of people who made like regular appearances in the during the run of the Gong Show who they weren't official performance acts on the show. They came in just to do their
the heck is that?
Comic relief.
Stuff like that.
Comic relief.
What's that?
This is who we're talking about. This is
A guy who wears a paper bag on his head.
That's the unknown comic.
Yeah, Murray Langston, better known as the unknown comic. This is
Oh God.
Who would carry through the 70s and 80s for forever and ever.
And
he failed.
Well,
and also when GSN decided to take the Gong Show and show the clips and everything for like the special, he actually hosted that with the paper bag over his head.
I know. Okay.
Until the last hour, he unbagged himself. To find another paper bag.
Oh yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, no, you're right. No, he's he's revealed himself on camera a couple of times, not rarely, but once in a while and stuff like that. But yeah, but he was a regular.
Yeah.
Another person who
Gene the dance machine.
Okay, yep, I was just about to cue up to him next. They occasionally had this guy who his only purpose on the show was just
He was a page,
hold
I
on.
think.
I'm getting it.
Of course, everybody danced after that. Come on, dance break, everybody! Dance break, everyone!
Oh, come on! Don't blow on me now! Come on! Oh, the thing. Okay, well, sorry, hit the wrong thing.
All right, dance break time! Dance break time! Dance break time!
And they just throw random things at him.
Stop.
Well, he just keeps going. Yep.
Stop.
Yep.
Hit the thing again. Stop that! Get up. Don't touch the screen.
Come on, let's dance! Come on, everybody, let's dance!
Well, that was part of Chuck Barris's trick because because that's Chuck Barris hosting the show. You see him there dancing on the side. That was always his thing when he hosted this show. He would always go to commercial breaks, saying his classic line, "We'll be right back with more stuff." So
No! Well, also, you also have to remember, I was watching a interview with Jamie Farr. Episode where it was him, J.P. Morgan, and where they actually tied him up for the entire show, and the three of them hijacked the entire show.
that exists, yeah. Oh, here's another infamous moment. Okay.
The Popsicle Twins.
You beat me to it.
There's a funny story about that, and this is coming from his first book, The Game Show King.
Yeah.
That after that clip, the switchboard at NBC lit up like a Christmas tree.
Holy schnazola.
Called themselves "Have You Got a Nickel?" Here was their whole act. The two girls just sit on stage. They're holding a popsicle in their hands. This is their
Boo! Gong and boo! Boo! Gong and boo! Boo! Gong and boo! Boo!
reason why this was considered highly tacky and highly tasteless.
And it lit up the sport at NBC.
8-year-old folks. But yes, but you get the idea. For the grown-ups in the crowd, I don't think we have to explain that any further.
Was that a pass or was that a fail?
Yeah, but
that's a trash.
Okay, all right. So all right. What did you say, Scott? When you know the real meaning, that's trash in a heartbeat and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you what though. Aside from that, well, here, right, real quick, because I want to make sure I squeeze this in because we're really running short on time.
We're not.
We got 7 minutes, dude.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
We've been going on like that for a while now. That's why I was saying no. That's why I was cutting you off on the treasure hunt explanation because I said we're never going to get to the show and everything we want to say about it. Because I got two significant pieces that I want to add to the memories here and stuff like that. That I know I'm not going to be able to. You're not going to be able to hear it to give it justice. And and there's a still picture I found a couple of days ago that I want to make sure you guys get to see. But real quick, Chuck, did you have? Do you have any other infamous Gong Show moments that you want to include on the list here real quick?
There's one on YouTube. You need to look at it. It's called Gong Show, the worst contestant segment ever.
Well, all right. Well, describe it real quick.
Okay.
What was the person doing?
Hang on, I'm pulling it up.
Well, while he's pulling that up, a little known fact about that skit there. Well, I'm gonna make this short and sweet. Barris said in a 2001 interview with a website that this particular skit made him reconsider his career.
Wait. You want to know? Here, just explain real quick what it is that we're seeing there, Chuck, because we can't hear it. Don't try to raise it. Just explain what the guy's doing.
Singing very badly, and he got gonged right away.
Wait, what is he doing?
He was singing, and he got gonged right away.
Well, they had a bevy of bad singers, of course, over the years and stuff like that. And
but this one was worse.
Well, wait, we forgot one other significant show that I'm going to quickly mention. Rip Taylor, that also came from Chuck Barris, the $1.98 beauty show.
Oh God!
Oh yeah, if you hate beauty pageants, people ever, the $1.98 beauty show, ripped them all to shreds and put them to shame. Look up an episode if you want to get an idea on that or whatever.
Actually, don't.
And then
actually, don't. It's bad.
And then wait, Scott. And then what did you say about What did you say with regards to, there was something about something that was so infamously bad that it made Chuck Barris rethink his career or something? Did you say a minute ago?
It was about the skit "Have You Got a Nickel?" The Popsicle Twins.
Oh God!
I thought he reveled in that.
No, it was because of that. Now this is the way the judges ruled on that. Phyllis Diller gave them a 0. Jamie Farr awarded them 2 points, and J.P. Morgan awarded them 10 points.
Oh God, I'm not surprised.
Oh God.
Somehow I'm not surprised. I thought knowing anything, they probably got 30 or something like that.
But on a lower score, they shouldn't have been gonged.
All right, so Charles, let me finish it. The Girls Act was let through by the censors, who did not see anything wrong with it in rehearsals. However, once the episode aired in the Eastern Time Zone markets, NBC pulled the act from the Central, Mountain, and Pacific airings of the day's episode immediately after it ended.
I'm not surprised.
And the act was cut from the tapes, and the incident has been aired in reruns. Barris said in a 2001 interview with Scion.com that this particular act began making him reconsider his career.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Somehow I'm not surprised. And I'll tell you now, if it wasn't that, then you could, if the Gong Show wasn't bad enough to make him reconsider his career, I would definitely put in an argument for the show that came after that pretty much made him leave television altogether, and that was his Newlywed Game variant, the infamous Three's a Crowd. See, Jason Pierre, I got it in there for you. Three's a Crowd. Trust me, folks, you don't want to watch it because it was bad. A show that tried to predict who knows a guy better, his wife or his secretary.
Oh,
but then it was brought back on GSN and hosted by the late Alan Thicke.
Trust me, it was the fighting in it was that bad, folks, or whatever. Host Jim Peck said he wouldn't be surprised if some of the couples were already divorced before the show even began. That's how bad it was, and how bad the fight.
But then again, Alan Thicke did a version for it for GSN for 2 seasons.
Which actually wasn't too bad, actually, from what I remember. All right, real quick though, we've only got a minute or so, but I want to make sure before we leave, I want to make sure you guys see this picture, because this literally I was literally brought across this. This was an article that just appeared literally a couple of days ago on the website nightflight.com. I hope this pops up, because get ready for this. 1977, during the run of runs of the Gong Show. Okay, you ready for this? He didn't appear on camera, and this episode never aired. But get ready for who showed up to the studio to meet Chuck Barris because he was a big Gong Show fan, and you people have ever talked about it and stuff. You ready for who this was?
Yeah.
Hold on.
No, I see it. I see it.
I'm trying to get the site to show me proper here and stuff like that. Where is it?
No, it's fine. I see it.
There's the
We
picture.
saw it.
There's the late legendary Prince. There it is, right there, folks. He actually popped up so he could meet Chuck Barris and all that. So if you don't think the big stars didn't appear, although he never appeared on camera on the show, well, hey, you got your proof there. Go to nightflight.com. You can read the whole reason why he was there in the first place and how he got there on that day. All right. I'd love to talk about this further, and also my favorite Gong Show moment for myself. But we're honestly out of time, folks. We got to get moving. We're running over time here. So Scott, Chuck, I thank you for that. Guys, please, if you see the show after the fact, share your favorite Chuck Barris game show memories or whatever in the comments below. We're gonna put all the stuff we talked about in the links or whatever. Please don't forget to find us on Facebook, facebook.com/Lost Silver Productions. Like, share, and subscribe to us here. Keep the viewer counts and the subscriber counts going. And we're starting a Twitter. We're still getting the name figured out. So but we'll mention it here on the site in the days to come. We're going to get it all sold, but we got to go. We're out of time here, guys. We'll see you guys in a few weeks for our next edition of Game Show Talk Fun Convention Attention. Thank you, guys. We'll see you. Good night.
Bye.